Hey everyone, Kaori over here with
And Campia,
aka Team Amasian. And today we are going to talk about the staircase. And in case you guys haven't been following, but I think you guys are if you're watching this, we are doing this podcast / YouTube about crime documentaries, true crime documentaries, not them like I don't even know what TV shows are fake anymore.
I know.
Yeah, right?
American Vandal, that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one. the writing on the dicks.
Yes.
Writing of the dicks. All right, so the staircase, if you guys haven't seen it, we're gonna spoil the crap out of this crime documentary. But you know, it's pretty easy to spoil. It's a crime documentary. So if you don't want to know what happens or have anything about this, just take a pause, but come back later. All right, Anne.
Yes.
Big question. We are talking about what's his name again?
Michael Peterson.
Michael Peterson. I was telling her before we started this that I don't remember too much about this.
I remember all of it.
Okay, good. You're the one. Because it's so long.
Why? Because it's freaking long.
It's long. There's actually a condensed Forensic Files episode of it. After she watched it all, I was like, I'm going to show you this 22-minute
Oh my God.
show. And she saw it. She's like, that's all we needed to know.
I was so pissed. Spent like, 12 hours watching this Netflix.
It was long.
The
Did you
Staircase.
enjoy it?
Yes and no.
Right.
I think there is the quality overall was, I feel, very biased because Michael Peterson is the one that invited the documentarians to shoot this thing, which I personally think he did it. I guess if we're going to go into who did it, I do think he did it. And I think it was a bit biased because he's the one who paid for these guys to come in and shoot this documentary.
Oh yeah, you can totally tell versus a 20-minute Forensic Files and then this 13-episode documentary that the documentary had a little more like empathy towards him.
Yeah.
You know, so you felt like, oh, maybe he didn't do it. Like I'm seeing this side of his family who's convinced that he's completely innocent and would never throw his wife down the stairs. That's what happens basically. Is his wife is found dead at the bottom of the stairs, and he calls in a frantic saying, "My wife said I don't know what to do," and then he goes on trial for the death of his murder of his wife. He goes to jail. Later on, he gets acquitted because of some stupid. Blood dude, whatever his name is.
Yes, it turns out the DNA analyst, the specialist, was corrupt. He had rigged the evidence of some other cases, and he just happened to be the guy on this case, which totally threw the case out the window. It sucks.
Yeah, which is
because they actually had it right this time.
Yeah.
Michael Peterson did this shit.
Michael Peterson totally did. The only thing that is interesting is Michael Peterson's stepdaughter, who is the daughter of the wife, doesn't talk to him anymore because she's convinced he did it.
No, I mean, all the kids after the documentary, and you could kind of see it towards the later episodes of the series, the kids looked more and more uncomfortable being on camera as more evidence, was disclosed. And even though I think the oldest son, or the son that was biological between Kathleen and Michael, he just completely disappeared towards the end part of that series.
All right, so why do you think he did it? I mean, I can go off of that. Because it was way too cool for him to be chilling, smoking a cigar by the pool. The blood there was way too much blood spattered around for a stair fall.
And she had 7 lacerations, huge lacerations on her head, which to me, that was the no-brainer. This is not, you don't fall down the stairs and get that type of injury on your head.
Right. And he also had a lot of blood spatters in areas that you normally wouldn't have unless you're beating the crap out of somebody.
Yep.
And then he has another friend from way back who died the same way.
Yeah, actually a woman he was seeing at the time. So it was like, I don't know if they ever got married, but if
he took the kids, right?
So it was his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, and she died the same way. In the series, they actually go and they exhume her body from the grave. Yeah. And it's just way too many things are stacked against them.
It doesn't make any sense that there was a doubt. I mean, if I was in the jury, okay, come on.
They just
and
got,
they did.
He got so lucky.
He got lucky
that this DNA guy was a dumbass.
Slubbed. Yeah. He got really lucky. But hey, like, he has to live with it. And it's interesting because I do think that his oldest son had not necessarily has anything to do with it, but he knows the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I just get that hunch, you know?
No, I agree. I think the Forensic Files 22-minute episode honestly puts a different spin than the Netflix series does.
Other side.
And it paints it so well and very quickly as to what the motive would have been, because, you know, Michael Peterson was a struggling author. Yes, he was a New York Times bestseller, but he wasn't really making that much money. Kathleen had been making most of the income for the couple. Raising the kids. Like, she was the breadwinner in the family. And I think he was set to inherit a lot of money in the event of her death. And
it makes sense that he got upset when she found out that he was having sexual relations.
Oh, I forgot about that.
With dudes.
Holy crap! Yes.
Yeah. And that's fine and all. It's just the fact that she didn't know. It wasn't an open relationship or anything.
No. And so the story goes is that she went upstairs, checked his computer, or was checking her email on the computer that he works on or something,
and saw
the emails and an email exchange about him going to meet up with some guy, and supposedly from Michael Peterson's side she knew all of that.
BS.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that he prints photos still from his printer.
I know. It's like, what the heck? It's so weird.
He's a weird guy.
He's really weird. That's the one thing about it, though. He's an intriguing guy.
Yeah, I think, like you've said in other episodes of our of Clue, is that, you know, if they're not intriguing, then we're not really invested in it. Yeah, but this guy, there was something about him, and there was something about how he would present himself, to where there would be times that when I'm watching it, like, did he really do it?
Yeah,
I have
for sure.
No idea.
For sure, you get warped into, okay, maybe he didn't do it. He's celebrating a birthday, and he's kind of seems a little sad or not sad, and then more evidence comes out.
I know.
Okay, this fool did it.
I know. Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so are there any indications for you that you're like, what are things that triggered, maybe he didn't do it?
Maybe he didn't do it is the fact that he kept his composure on camera. He did speak a lot about himself, which was very egotistical, so maybe he just, as an author, he has all these like things running through his head. But why didn't I think? Because the kids were supportive of him for majority of the time.
I think they're just convinced that he's innocent. For me, if my dad pushed my mom down the stairs, I don't know if I'd be able to believe it.
Right.
You know, if there was a chance that there's any kind of evidence that said, no, he didn't do it, I would want to believe that.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I mean, similar to The Imposter, right? With the sister wanting to believe that guy was her brother.
Oh,
yeah, so I think it's just little ounces of hope. Mm-hmm. But I think, like you said earlier, I think by the end of the series, the kids figured it out too.
You think so?
I do think at least some of the kids.
What are some indicators that made you think that?
Well, obviously the absence of some of the older kids from shooting the rest of the documentary was suspicious. And then I think afterwards, there were articles that came out about one of the daughters coming out and saying she believes that he did it.
Yeah, his wife's daughter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was one daughter who just never believed him at all.
Yeah.
So she's always been on the other side, like on Kathleen's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
What about the owl theory?
The owl theory is a little out there. I'll admit. So the owl theory is a theory that an owl flew into the house and started pecking her, caused the lacerations, and caused her to fall down the stairs. No. We have some really good.
Which high person wrote this theory and put it on Reddit and got it to like go viral?
And people are believing that it's a possibility.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I mean, they found the weapon They found the weapon eventually.
That's the other thing. The weapon was missing for a long time.
Yes, and remember that night, the older son, the one that I suspect knows now, or did know,
or did something.
He came to the house before the cops did.
Yeah. I think he helped, like, clean.
Oh, for sure.
Or attempt to help clean.
Yeah, there was enough evidence to show that someone was trying to clean up what happened, and that the weapon was missing.
We have things going on, by the way.
Michael Peterson.
Don't fall down the staircase.
Speaking of staircase.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think he did it.
I think he did it.
Obviously, the documentary was really well written. Not written, but it was really well done. But it did gravitate towards us feeling sentiment for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They tried. Absolutely.
It's a house party right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so let us know what crime documentaries we should be watching because we are looking heavy to find some ones and we love them. We absolutely love them. Except for Making a Murderer, we're not doing that one. Unless you really want to.
Yeah.
The Keepers.
Yes. Oh, The Keepers.
Yes. Maybe that'll be our next one. So comment below and let us know what crime documentaries you're watching. Do you think Michael Peterson did it? And then also thumbs up and subscribe and follow us at Team Amasian and also follow
At Ann Campia on Twitter and Instagram.
and moi at Kaorious. Kaorious. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you later.
Bye.